Hi everyone, today I'm going to replace the weights inside the clutch system because it revs a lot more than it should, and I believe the problem is they're worn out and I need to put something new. For example, when I go with 100 kilometers per hour, it used to be just before 6,000 RPM and now it's 6,900 RPM. I know there may be a lot of other issues around the transmission system, but I suspect that this is the problem. And given the opportunity, we'll check the bell and everything in there. If the friction pads are okay, we'll see all about that. But at the moment, let's start and let's remove everything here in order to take that plastic cover off. And just like that, we have access into all these bolts, which are 8 millimeters. Let's first remove the air duct. It draws air from in here and takes it where the belt is. That is a filter for the air coming from outside to go into the belt, so it won't go any rubbish, any debris to kill the pulleys in the belt. We'll clean that after a while, but first we have to remove that plastic cover, which is one bolt here and one bolt here. So we have another 10 bolts around here. 2 we already taken out. Well, actually 1, because this is just holding the cover. The other one holds the cover and the actual cap. And let's do that. 8 millimeter bolts as well. After opening the cap by putting 2 8 millimeter bolts here and pushing it out, we can take the cover off. An alternative way is to go under here. That opening there, you can put a screwdriver and push things out. And my dear friends, I think we have a bigger problem than that. This pulley is damaged. I'm guessing this side too. Yes, I can feel this side too. So I'm gonna order the parts, wait for them and put them on all together. I can feel with my finger it's worn all the way down. I can't say the same for this pulley though. This one seems to be absolutely perfect. There's no issue here. Let's inspect the friction shoes here. The best way to inspect is to use a mirror like this. So you put it here and you see the shoes. And as you can see, this is brand new. There is no issue with that. All that. All that. All that. The thickness is pretty good, so no replacements here. However, that we need to replace. So the belt seems to have no issues at all, doesn't have any cracks, but we need to check the width of the belt, and we need to check the width here. If it's 25.1, that'll be great. If it's less than that, we may have an issue. It shouldn't be less than 24.1. Seems to be okay. Look at that, 25.1. Perfect. So this is what we got. Good condition, no problems. Now 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a lot of dust, as you can see. These are the rollers. They're equally done. I don't know how worn they can be or not, but I can see some flat spots. No, they're good actually. Let's see, but I always wanted to replace them with Dr. Pulley and see what's best. So this to be replaced, as you see, there is a big dip line. Maybe you can't see it on camera, but with my finger I can feel it. It's quite large, and so there is on this one too. This part here on the whole perimeter, it's really grinded up for some reason. You can see the marks. So these are the parts. This is the pulley pieces, the filter, because it was quite cracked, and every time I tried to touch it to remove it, it was just ripping apart. And from Dr. Pulley, the 21 grams. I never tried them. There are people who told me and advised me on Dr. Pulley itself to get heavier slice because they're gonna be operating much lower RPM at higher speeds, and that's what I want. I mostly drive on the freeway, so that's my aim. Let's go put everything back in the scooter. Let's put 2 seals here from the old one and start from there. Just make sure that edge face inwards. Pulley to keep the light amount of grease we're gonna put in here. Let's put in here. Wipe off the excess, and we'll clean the pulley before we put everything back on. At this point, it's really good to put some dry lube here, just a little amount, and let it dry. And once it's dry, which it dries really quick, let's put these. Now these go with that flat spot at the top. If you want to see, that's the code for the 21 grams. We're also going to put some dry lube here on these channels so they can slide up and down. Not on this side because the backing plate holds them, but just here, just a little. and just a very little in these surfaces. You can see where it's marked by the previous rollers. Just a little, no need for much, and let it dry. And after it's dry, we'll put them back on. Then we put the whole lot in here. And that's it. We now put all that onto the scooter. That's one. That's the other part of the pulley, which contains the cooling fins. Now we have to put these two. Remember, this spacer has a curvature. It goes like this. That curvature goes in there, like that. And then the 24mm nut. And before we put everything back together, let's see if it's running. Yep, it's running. And with the new one, because the old one is pretty damaged and it's not in best condition, it's cracked. As I tried to pull it out, it was cracking, so we'll put this one on. All we're gonna need is the screws. Now fresh air is going to go in there without any debris. And we are done. Let's see the results. And this is the end result. Do not mind my speedometer, because my speedometer shows 5 to 10 kilometers more. That's why I have my phone to show the actual speed. And if you see right here at 80 kilometers per hour, I now have 4900 RPM, while previously I had 6000 RPM. And then at 100 kilometers per hour, I now have just 5500 RPM. Previously, that was 6900 RPM. I'm very happy with the result. And it is all finished. I'm very happy with the job. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, or if you think you'd have done something better, please let me know in the comments. I'll see you on the next one. From Victoria, Melbourne. Have a great day, everyone. Look after yourselves and families.